If people knew how hard I had to work to gain my mastery, it would not seem so wonderful at all. The greater danger for most of us lies not in letting our aim too high and falling short, but in setting our aim too low and achieving our mark. If you knew how much work went into it, you wouldn't call it genius. Genius is eternal patience. I saw the angel in the marble and carved until I set him free. Yet I am learning the greatest danger for most of us is not that our aim is too high and we miss it, but that it is too low and we reach it. The sculpture is already complete within the marble block. Before I start my work, it is already there. I just have to chisel away the superfluous material. The true work of art is but a shadow of a divine perfection. Lord, grant that I may always desire more than I accomplish. Critique by creating. The greatest artist does not have any concept which a single piece of marble does not itself contain within excess, although only a hand that obeys the intellect can discover it. If I am more alive, beloved, because love burns and chars me as a fire given wood or wind feels new elation. It's that he who lays me low is my salvation and invigorates the more he scars me. It is necessary to keep one's compass in one's eyes and not in the hand, for the hands execute, but the eye judges. A man plants with his brains and not with his hands. With few words I shall make thee understand my soul. Dear to me is sleep still more, being made a stone, while pain and guilt still linger here below. Blindness and numbness, these please me alone, and then do not wake me. Keep your voices low. I am still learning. Every block of stone has a statue inside it, and it is the task of the sculptor to discover it. Read the heart and not the letter, for the pen cannot draw near the good intent. Draw Antonio, draw Antonio, draw and don't waste time. Beauty is the purgation of superfluities. Death and love are the two wings that bear the good man to heaven. Why do you send fools to judge my work? Why do you send fools to judge my work? The spirit is so empty and blind that it cannot recognize the fact that the foot is more noble than the shoe, and skin more beautiful than the garment with which it is clothed. O night, O sweetest time, thou black of hue, with peace you force all the restless work to end. Those who exalt you see and understand, and he is sound of mind who honors you. You cut the thread of tired thoughts first, so you offer calm, and your moist shade you send to this low sphere, the dreams where we ascend up to the highest where I long to go. Shadow of death that brings to quiet close all miseries that plague the heart and soul. For those in pain, the last and best of cures, that you heal the flesh of its infirmities dry, and our tears and shut away our toil, and free the good from wrath and fret and cares. Patience is eternal genius. As you give out, so shall you receive. And no thought is born in me that does not bear the image of death. Trifles make perfection, and perfection is no trifle. So now from this mad passion, which made me take art for an idol and a king, I have learnt the burden of error that it bore, and what misfortune springs from man's desire. The world frivolities have robbed me of the time that I was given for it, reflected upon God. Precious sleep, better to be a stone while the oppression and the shame still last. Not seeing and not hearing, I am blessed. So do not wake me, hush, keep your voice down. please don't trouble yourself. God didn't make us to abandon us. It is any wonder since when near the fire I was melted and burned. If now that it's extinguished outside of me, it besets and consumes me inside, and bit by bit reduces me to ashes. I was never the kind of painter or sculptor or spitter, rapper, adapter who kept a shop. Believe it or not, I can actually spit it all, bound to you as the rays are to the sun. I created the vision of David in my mind and simply carved away everything that was not David. From such a gentle thing, from such a fountain of all delight, my every pain is born. I have never felt salvation in nature, love cities above all. But if so happens a work under pain of otherwise becoming shameful or false requires fantasy, certain limbs or elements of a figure are altered by borrowing from other species, for example transforming into a dolphin, the hinder end of a griffin or a stag. These alterations, which will be excellent, and the substitution, however unreal it may seem, deserves to be declared a fire invention in the genre of the monstrous. When a painter introduces into this kind of work of art chimerae and other imaginary beings in order to divert and entertain the senses, and also to captivate the eyes of mortals who want to see unclassified and impossible things, he shows himself more respectful of reason than if he produced the usual figures of men or of animals. You no longer feel the fear of a change of being and desire. The course of the hours lays not violent hands upon you. Necessity may and chance guide not your steps. I can hardly write, spit without envy. When lady mine, with chisel touch, the stone unhewn and cold becomes a living mold. The more of a marble wastes, the more of a statue grows. Your greatness is measured by your horizons. I saw the angel in the marble and carved until I set him free. Lord, free me to myself so I can please you. Don't trouble yourself. God didn't make us to abandon us. See, negation is noble, self-culture is beneficent, and self-possessions is manly. But to a truly great and inspiring soul, they are poor and tame compared to self-abuse. I saw an angel in the block of the marble, and I just chiseled until I set him free. How wrong are those simpletons of whom the world is full, who look more at color than at the figures which show spirit and movement. The best of artists have no art to show, which the rough stone in its superfluous shell doth not include. The break of a marble spell is all the hand that serves the brain can do. The noble heart finds most in stark-like eyes. My soul can find no staircase to heaven until it be through earth's loveliness. No staircase to heaven till I go through earth's loveliness. Anyone who follows others never passes them by, and anyone who does not know how to do good works on his own cannot make good use of works by others. Of such a gift I truly have been given, and yet divided, torn, still burn and stray. He is to blame who fashioned me for fire. Forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza. Well, I know well that at this hour I could as easily forget your name as the food by which I live by. May it were easier to forget the food which only nourishes by body miserably than your name which nourishes both body and soul, filling the one and the other with such sweetness that neither weariness nor fear of death is felt by me, while memory preserves you to my mind. Think if the eyes could also enjoy their portion, in what condition I should find myself. Lord, grant that I may always desire more than I can accomplish. I am still learning. If we have been pleased with life, we should not be displeased with death, since it comes from the hand of the same master. Well, to much good luck, no less than misery, may kill a man condemned to mortal pain, if lost to hope and chilled in every vein. A sudden parting comes to set him free, thus by unwanted, wonted kindness shown to me, amid the gloom where only sad thoughts reign, which too much rapture bring and that again. Friends, my life more than that agony. Good news and bad may bear the self same knife, and death may follow both upon their flight. For hearts that shrink or swell alike will break. Let then by beauty so preserve my life temper, the source of this supreme delight. Let's joy so poignant slay a soul so weak. I live in sin to kill myself. I live no longer my life my own, but sin's my good is given. My good is given. Never my good is given to me by heaven. My evil by myself, by my free will, of which I am deprived. The words of Michelangelo all day and night.